So we've just finished our council meeting for the 25th of May, and I'd like to just run through some of the major items that were on our agenda tonight. So the first one was the regional and district events sponsorship, round 2. So we call these the RAIDS funding rounds. So this is the second and final round for the 2020-21 year. $250,000 was allocated for 3 different projects, each of those being funded for 1 year. Very important, the funding for tourism events and community events, which really vitalise our regions. So I know a lot of people will be looking out for that result. We looked at 4 contracts tonight. One of them we did in camera because of its confidentiality, but the other 3 contracts were very big and exciting ones. If you go to the agenda of the meeting, you can see the full report here. So this is Council trying to be more transparent with the community and put more information out into the community space. So the first contract was for the World Construction Package 1. So this is the World Sporting Precinct development. It's a really big and important project. This was stage 1 out of 4. So this will include early works, the main car park, site services including irrigation, improvements to the hockey fields, demolition of existing World Pavilion and retention basin and swale system. So really exciting to be starting this very important project. It's likely that it will take till perhaps the end of 2022 to complete this big project. Tender was awarded to Cranes for just over $4 million for the first stage. For the Moroney Street reconstruction, so this is another big project. Moroney Street's a very long street. This is a project which a lot of people have been looking out for. So this is just stage 1, and it will look at Dawson Street to McKean Street intersection. So this is going to be fantastic when it's all complete, but again, 3 different stages. The contract was awarded to Whelan's for just over $1.5 million. And the third very big contract was for the Omeo Valley Road, Limestone Road, major rehabilitation works. So this is a very heavily utilised road, and it's to fix 3 large sections of pavement failure. That was for just over $1 million, and the successful tenderer was Whelan's. Then another important item especially for local people of Paynesville, the Slip Road Paynesville Master Plan Addendum was endorsed. So this is the result of a lot of work to refresh a plan that has been in place since 2009. There are 3 main elements of the addendum. One is the removal of the Centre for Wooden Boats concept. That was a concept that was in the early plan, but it's now been considered that it's not viable. Increase Aboriginal heritage input and reflect coastal planning changes since that time. This project is again very big for Paynesville. It's been the recipient of recent funding announcements from 2 lots of funding from state government, money from also federal government and money from council as well. The total project is, I believe, $9 million or around about that amount. Very exciting for Paynesville. We then looked at the audit and risk report from 2 committee meetings. We looked at the CEO instrument of delegation. So that was decided. It was decided to keep that at $500,000. So it's been at that level for the last 12 months. The report was very informative again. It did some benchmarking with other councils and looked at the benefits of keeping that delegation at that particular level. There are some particular efficiencies and benefits that have been gained by council by keeping that level at $500,000. There was also a Victorian Electoral Commission report on the 2020 election, which some people might find very interesting to read too. So lots on that agenda. And I recommend people go and have a look at all those notes, particularly that Painesville one. I think there's a 22-page report there which is full of really interesting information, especially around the building of a seawall and the information that relates to sea level rise and why it's going to be built at a certain level. I think people would find that really interesting. So that's it. Next meeting is on the 22nd of June here at the Corporate Centre at 6 p.m.